back to Crispy Pro, and today we have another episode of Who Busters, the last one of the year. But joining me are our usual hosts on the same screen today. So today we are going to be talking about some Revolution of the Daleks theories, our final thoughts before the episode airs on January 1st or January 2nd if you're in Australia. But before we do that, please consider subscribing to Crispy Pro. We make videos every single week, and heck, subscribe to each to their own, which both of you guys are on a lot. I'm saying that.
Want exceptional content like this, all that just happened, head on over to each to their own.
That's the selling point. Heck yeah. And also check out Sam's Etsy store because he's talented.
And he likes money.
Oh yeah. Get him that coin! But anyway, gentlemen, I know Sam is usually the question master around now, but I thought since it's the last one of the year, I'd spice things up a bit, and I thought I would take the reins of Quizmaster for today. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine.
All right, thank you, Quizmaster Sam. I was wondering what I could ask you guys, and I went to one of the best sites on the internet, BuzzFeed, and I found something that says only a Doctor Who genius can score more than 12 on this quiz. And I'm like, I'm looking at some Doctor Who geniuses right here. Here is one to give you a kind of gist as to how intense this Doctor Who genius quiz is. Are you ready? Okay. Who played the Doctor's companion Amy Pond when Matt Smith became the 11th Doctor? Note, not the name of the young actor who meets him first.
Heck, so they're like, hey, I know you might know the very difficult to know detail. Not that one. Yeah, okay. Let me just check my tattoo.
Yeah.
Karen Gillan?
Oh my god, that's correct! 100 points to both of you! Oh my gosh.
I'm glad that we beat those glasses-wearing hipsters.
Who made this? His name's Scott Bryan, and would you believe he's wearing glasses?
I told you! I know you, Scott. I knew it.
So today we're just gonna have a very chill discussion. Some of our final thoughts before the episode airs. I'm gonna kick things off. I reckon this will be one of Jodie's best. Putting that out there.
I think it'll be one of her biggest. I feel like it'll be the finale that we've been waiting for. Like in terms of her first season ended with a little bit of a thud. It's a very strange finale. This most recent one with the Cybermen, lots of fun, but maybe just a little bit, I mean, it was world ending in terms of her world, but this is like the world ending Russell T Davies era story that I think I'm keen to see her tackle.
Like the one line she kind of has in that trailer, it's very intense. And I like my intense moments. So if there's more of that in the episode, I'll be more than happy.
Well, that's exactly it. I'm kind of, it's interesting you bring up that because I'm hoping we get to see a lot of 13 in prison. I hope it's not just like the first 5 minutes and then she's like out or Captain Jack saves her. I hope we get some see what her Doctor is all about. Because I think this might be the only time we see the Doctor, like Jodie's Doctor, by herself. Like, I can't think of another scene where it's just her in her mind.
It'd be nice to just give her room to be the Doctor. Because all the time she's dealing with her fam and all their problems. It'd be nice to see her deal with a Doctor problem.
Yeah.
Which is learning how to carve lines into a wall.
Well, how long do you think Jodie will have been there? Because I feel like real Earth time is passing. So how long has it been since she saw the fam last?
I'm gonna say maybe a couple of months.
Couple months?
Maybe.
But maybe it's a time prison. Maybe there's like a time lock on it and it's she spent years by herself in there. That'd be cool.
There's a few theories floating around about this episode. Some crazy and some very non-crazy. I'm gonna start with a crazy one here that I saw today. I'm like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. Principal photography for this wrapped about over a year ago. So this has been in the can for yonkers. But apparently last week they filmed a scene for Revolution of the Daleks. And a lot have speculated that this will either be like a post-credit scene or like just towards the end of the episode.
Yep.
And none other than David Tennant's 10th Doctor will appear.
That was my thought.
Really?
That was my one thought.
Discuss.
Well, I wonder, and this isn't what my one thought was, so we will have to get back to my one thought. But
Okay.
this is my second thought, which is coming before my other thought, which was my one thought.
Mhm.
So consider this 0.54. Maybe it's a scene to be like, hey, the Time Lord Victorious thing is going on. I know that none of you have been paying attention. Here's
Yep.
David Tennant, a visualization of one of those scenes.
Right.
Go read the books.
Yeah, a little. It's basically an ad.
He's got the suit. He could have
Yeah.
he probably just jumped on Zoom and was like,
It was like-
I'm the Doctor.
I don't know how I would feel if they added a Zoom scene. That's what they filmed. That's what they filmed. Oh yeah, we've been filming some Doctor Who secret scenes, and it's just a Zoom conference like we are now.
I wouldn't mind it, but like there needs to be reasoning.
Mm.
There needs to be reasoning behind it. And like I was gonna say, him and Jodie have been showing up a lot together in the comic books recently.
Yeah, exactly.
So you
That's where a lot of it
kind
came
of
from.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that thing about the whole Time Lord story that they're doing at the moment is very realistic. In
Yeah, it's
terms
possible.
of in terms of why he might be showing up. But I mean, either way, that's
What?
something exciting to look forward to. If
Yeah.
it does happen, that's cool.
What do you think out of 10 are the chances? Wasn't even trying. I like couldn't even stop myself. But we'll do that. Out of 10 David Tennants, what do you think the likelihood is of David Tennant being in this episode?
I'm gonna put it at a 5, so it's in the middle.
Nice.
So it's
Very.
like he may not.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it to like a 7, just because I feel like
7.
it's possible because of so many reasons that, and like, you know, the show is still doing very well, but I feel like it is a thing that they could throw, like, you know, obviously Jack has been implemented earlier on. It's not as much of a fan thing, but it is something that if they wanted to try and pull people in to make them watch an episode, it's a possibility. And I think the fact that he is in so much of the medium this year, it feels possible. It feels very possible. 3 years up to the 60th anniversary, maybe it's just the little seasoning to begin that wind up.
It'd be interesting if they did like a whole, you know, bloody Flash in Batman v Superman type thing. It could be so cool if David Tennant's Doctor was like, it's bloody Martha or whatever. I can't remember what Flash says. Yeah. It's confirmed that Ryan and Graham will be leaving us on New Year's Day. But
Damn it!
how do you think they're gonna leave?
Yeah. It's tricky because, and like, listen, Bradley Walsh is an ancient. It's not like he's an elderly man. But I feel like an older gentleman, I don't want to see him die. I feel like that's quite a sad thing. And
it'd
like,
be a bit intense.
I mean, admittedly, his wife and Ryan's grandmother died in the first episode, so maybe we're past that point. I feel like they couldn't leave because they're the fam. I feel like it has to be something really dramatic.
Yeah.
It has to be something that is like they're not coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
if it's just Ryan's learnt, like he's learnt who he is or whatever, and I mean Bradley Walsh, he's already gotten over everything. He's the perfect character. He has no flaws.
He's fine. He's cruising.
He's fine. So yeah, it's like the easy one is Bradders dies. Ryan's like, don't like that. I'm going now. That's the easy out. And I hope it's not.
Maybe even like the other way around.
Ryan dies and then yeah maybe.
Yeah.
But then Yaz wouldn't stay on because that's the other reason. You've got to give a good reason for Yaz to continue.
Or he might have nailed it on the head here, because probably one of them will die, but they're gonna figure out some way for Yaz to be like, I still kind of want to travel, even though I've seen that it can kill me. But we haven't talked about the big one, the big old person that's coming back in this episode.
Yeah, I believe this person loves being called the big one.
He probably bloody would. Big Bazza, aka Captain Jack Harkness, will be in this episode after his little tease in Fugitive of the Jadoon. I was a fan of how he was written in Fugitive of the Jadoon. Granted, we didn't see much, but given his whole episode and the fact that Chris Chibnall has written Captain Jack before for Torchwood, how do you think he's going to be in the Jodie Whittaker era? Do you think it's going to feel weird, or do you think it's going to be right at home?
I mean, from what we saw of him in this new trailer for the New Year's special, I thought he was great. It was the same Jack that we sort of have known and why we love the character in the past. Because like obviously we haven't seen him for a long while, so it'd be cool if like maybe something has like happened to him in his lifetime that has like maybe changed a little bit of the person that he is. Just something different about his character would be really cool. But from what we've seen of him so far, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like he's being written like he was from like the Journey's End when he was really happy.
Yeah.
And like this feels like a Jack before all the death and destruction of like Miracle Day and all that.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Not that sad boy in the bar at the end of End of Time Part 2. This feels like peak fun Jack.
Yeah.
Which is really exciting. And even in screw those words.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm calling them Rhino Men for the rest of my life. Even in that, he was so bright and happy, and I was like, this is so exciting. This is, I feel like it will feel like a character from a different era. It definitely, I don't think he's going to mold to this new tone, which will be exciting to see.
Also, we have another Jack returning this episode in the form of Jack Robertson from Arachnids in the UK, which I was not the biggest fan of when it first aired. However, I did rewatch it the other night, and I mean, compared to some of the other episodes in Jodie's era, it's actually about 5 David Tennants out of 10, maybe even 6. Wow. What are your thoughts on Jack Robertson coming back?
I like it from the standpoint that the universe is becoming a bit more cohesive, because a lot of Jodie's era, it's like, go to that planet, go to there, go to this time, and nothing is ever really tying it together. Like, even the Timeless Children thing only really came into fruition last season and intermittently. So, like, if we have a Harriet Jones sort of character, like he kind of is, that's really nice. Like, to have a political figure that you can kind of keep coming back.
I mean, look, right before that question, genuinely didn't even know he was in the episode.
I'm sorry.
I just totally forgot.
It's in the trailer.
No,
it's in the trailer.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's fine. No, it would have just been me not realizing who it was.
Yeah.
Right.
So I genuinely didn't even think about it, but after what you said, Will, that would be very cool if there was this like coherent character throughout this new era of Doctor Who. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I haven't really got any other thoughts.
Speaking of the interconnectivity of the Jodie Whittaker universe, you know what else is in this episode?
What?
That I probably don't know about.
That you probably don't know about. It is in the trailer, but it's a little less obvious than Jack Robertson. The Pating is in one of the cells.
Yeah, I have seen. You're right.
Is it?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Who else do you reckon are in those cells?
Okay, I did go frame by frame, as I said, and Weeping Angel is in one of them. What else is in the cell? Let me
So someone says Cyberman, but I feel like that's a weird thing to be. So Ice Warrior?
Sycorax?
I think the Sycorax actually might be one of them theory. Like, none of these are confirmed, but you can try and make out. I wonder if I'll find a picture.
Okay, but yeah, I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah.
So the little one at the front there is the Pating. Jodie's behind the Pating, I think, and there's a Weeping Angel behind that. And then I think to the left might be Tim Shaw species.
Yeah, Chippy Boy. And there's a macro at the back. And then over in the corner there's like a haystack, which
like a massive thing.
Which might be the Vervoid, which is another classic series villain.
I'm wondering if like Jodie's gonna interact, or if this is just like little Easter eggs for us, or if we're actually gonna like. That'd be so cool with like, imagine Jodie in the cell and she's just playing games with the Weeping Angel in the next one.
Yeah,
just going back and forth
biding
and seeing
time.
it get close. Yeah, biding time. The silencer in the next cell.
She was telling up silence that she's seen.
Wow.
Why are you like this?
I'm sorry.
You gave me something.
Yeah, none of this is gonna happen.
So my one thought, not my previous thought to the other thought, which was David Tennant related. I was like, I would be intrigued if this is a Jack that was from the past, and that maybe David Tennant's around because he was hanging out with him, and like, this is a Jack that slotted in the Specials era, and that maybe We get a Jack and Doctor David Tennant and Harkness adventure.
We'll just say it'd be really, really cool because it was a period of time from when Jack found his hand to when he saw him again at the end of season 3 where he was trying to find him, even like in torture, like you mentioned it.
Yeah.
What if this was him encountering the Doctor before he got to his version of the Doctor back in the past?
Because John Barrowman hasn't changed.
Yeah, no.
They've got the perfect specimen to be
They
like,
really
yeah, no,
do.
this is like 2006. Yeah, like it's fine.
I realize we haven't even touched on, and it's in the episode title, the Daleks. The new Daleks.
It's a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Light.
It's just some blue and a bit of red.
They're weird. They're certainly a bold choice. But I feel like, as much as I am not entirely a fan, I feel like I can warm to these a bit quicker than I probably could the Teletubby Daleks, which I did eventually warm to. I love them in Asylum and stuff.
Yeah, they were good.
Once they'd gotten a bit of a more metallic scheme. But these are bold and an interesting choice. But I also feel like we somewhat know that the Gold Boys are still lingering. Crazy theory. What if this is like a new Davros, and the reason they look like him is like this is the new creator of a strand of Dalek? Like it's a bit of a Dalek sect kind of dealio, where it's like the reason they look specifically like this built together one is he's like a god to these Daleks, and he's like their Davros.
So they've like tried to make themselves look
like him.
Look like that.
And
one.
then the Gold Boys are like, who are you? You're not Dalek. You're this. And then Davros comes in and he's like, you are not my creations.
And that's the revolution we're talking about. We've nailed it.
That's the revolution where they decide who they are. Will might have just stumbled on something.
I am very excited to put this video on the internet, so we have a timestamp of us saying this before the episode comes to fruition.
ASAP.
Oh my god! Sorry, I'm just hoping it's a good story. I hope we have a good ending for Ryan and Graham. I hope it teases us with series 13, maybe a series 13 first look at the end, because they have been filming. They could just give us, one frame being like, oh, Weeping Angels are back or something. Well, anyway, I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for the year. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you guys for watching this. Hopefully, we'll give you more in the new year, question mark?
I think so.
That's up to the owner of this channel.
It's not on us.
If you'll have me. If you'll have me.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
absolutely.
And if you have us.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Thank you.
Just send us a Zoom link. Everything will be fine.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and hit a big old like on the video if you want to. I'm not going to force you to. And also subscribe to Each to Their Own to see each of these fine boys.
That's us.
and also check out Sam's Etsy. Bunch of bloody talented people in the room. We'll see you in the new year with Revolution. Hopefully I'll get you guys a review of the episode.
Thank you.
Oh wait a second. Do you need to sell me an item?
Oh yeah, this is Sam's room, so I'm gonna let him.
Should I sell the item?
Yeah, absolutely. Sell us an item. I was literally about to be like, Alon Z, see you later.
Do you like the Matt Smith era? If you do, then I don't know why this would relate, but you might want a paperweight. And if you want a paperweight, the perfect paperweight is the cubes from that episode where there's a bunch of red cubes. So yeah.
And if you like circles, there's this alarm clock which Sam has put a blue tack Doctor Who logo on. Every time I've ever come into this room thinking it's a legit one, because I'm like, oh, it's like a Dalek sec black kind of sexy. But then I just now, while he was talking, noticed the blue tack on the logo.
It used to be a pin, but the pin part fell off.
Right.
So
and now you've just made an unofficial piece of merch. Sam, just before I buy, can I see it in action? I just want to make sure it will hold my paper. Yeah.
Got some receipts.
All right.
Yeah.
Hang on. Make sure. Wow. That's it. Wow.
That is a quality item, if you ask me.
That's gonna do it, guys. I'll see you in the new year. Sam, say the outro.
Stay Hoover.
Oh, come on.
A bit more info. Take us into the new year.
It's the last video of the year.
Stay Hoover.
Good stuff.
He hasn't cut yet. He hasn't even cut.
We'll cut 3, 2, 1. Bye.